But with success comes change. In the offseason, the Fighting Sioux lost not only their head coach, but two of their young, bright stars. Likewise, in Minnesota, the Golden Gophers have undergone a facelift of their own, bringing in a bevy of freshmen to their WCHA opener. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer man. Time may change me, but I can't trace time. The names may have changed, but the rivalry remains the same. It's next on FSN North. This weekend marks the only two meetings of the year for Minnesota, North Dakota. An oddity, yes, but the last time they met, they gave us a classic in St. Paul back in March. Tonight, second-ranked UND and seventh-ranked Minnesota ready to go on FSN North from the Ralph Engelstad Arena in Grand Forks. Hi again, everyone, along with Anthony LaPanta and Doug Woog. I'm Frank Mazzacco. The big change for UND, perhaps at the coaching level. Dean Blais out after 10 years. Dave Hakstol is in, Doug. How much of a difference would it make, if any?
I don't think it makes much difference. The horses are in that barn there. They're just going to turn them loose. Both guys are good coaches. I think you're going to like David Hakstol.
David Hakstol has seen 4 years as a player of this rivalry, 4 years as an assistant coach. We ask him now that he's the head man, does the rivalry look any different?
I don't think, I don't think there is any way to look at it any differently. It's one of those series that I think fans throughout college hockey look forward to. I know certainly our fans here in town look forward to it and mark it on their calendar each season. So, no, I don't look at it any differently. It's one that, you're excited about, and certainly you have to try and channel your emotions and just make sure you're prepared for each individual game.
Yes, the coaching change is big, but they lost some big players too. Brendan Bochenski and Zach Parise accounted for 25% of the team's goal scoring last year. Who will fill in? Well, a first-round pick of the National Hockey League. This is Travis Zajac. We'll see a lot of him, Doug.
Boy, he's a nice player. Salmon arm, played with Chucko, Minnesota's new freshman forward as well. He's got crafty hands, smooth hands, good instincts, and the coaches are very high. They think he's going to get better and better as the season goes on.
Minnesota's losses were big in scoring numbers as well in overall numbers. They have 10 freshmen, however, who will have to fill some of that void. 7 of them will dress tonight, and maybe you can count number 8 in Ryan Patulny. He's a sophomore, but he played only 15 games last year.
He's the only Gofer with more points per game than games played, and he's only got about 16 out of 15 games, but at least he's somebody the Gophers have looked for, and he's already got 5 goals in 3 games.
And you're looking at some of that action early this year. Soft hands, great scoring touch for Ryan Patulny. A frenzied pitch here already at the Ralph, where cool heads are going to have to prevail for the Minnesota freshman, and a cool head will be in net as a sophomore. Kellen Briggs showed some of his best stuff in the second half of last year. He'll get the nod tonight. Golden Gopher Hockey on FSN North is presented by Northland Ford. See your local Northland Ford dealer. By Treasure Island Resort and Casino, located just miles south of Hastings. We're closer than you think. By Cenex CHS, resources for enriching lives. And by your local Toyota dealer, moving you forward. One more welcome back to the Ralph Engelstad Arena, known locally here as the Ralph. And you see the laser show going on now as we get ready for our national anthem here and the presentation of colors by the Air Force ROTC unit, I believe. There are the uniformed, I don't know, men or women or both. Well, I guess we're not going to be able to tell here in the darkness.
Historically, they've done this, Frank. I can't remember a time that didn't happen.
It has been a great tradition here. And in these times, as our country goes through difficult times, all the more fitting to have the presentation of colors. Great rivalry here, no matter where it's been played, Doug, in this $110 million facility or the old Ralph Engelstad or the original barn.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly proudly we hailed at the twilight's last streaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem from Grand Forks as we get ready for the Golden Gophers WCHA opener. We'll go to our McDonald's game plan. Doug?
Oh, no Sioux flu. Be ready, I'll tell you. In other words, Minnesota, you better be ready to play a physical game. North Dakota, play Sioux hockey. Be aggressive, but you also have to be smart. Minnesota and North Dakota, with the rules the way they are, power play efficiency makes most of the chances, and you've got to make sure that you take your chances and make them count. So that's how I see it, Frank. We're ready to go, opening up the WCHA for the Gophers and the Sioux. What a way to do it.
We'll take a look at goaltenders. Starting goaltenders brought to you by Northland Ford Dealers. And there is Jordan Parise, part of a trio. He is the sophomore. The middle guy, Jake Brandt, the senior, and Philippe Lamoureux. We'll hear more about him, but more attention, however, on Jordan Parise, who has undefeated record this year.
Well, he was in the games at the end of the season. Minnesota's goaltender, you will call his
Kellen Briggs. And Doug, we've seen him. We weren't able to go up to Alaska Anchorage last weekend, but he has been a very cool player this year for Minnesota.
He was a difference in the Denver game, no question about that.
All right, let's take a look at lines tonight. Minnesota will have Ryan Patulli to start their top line with Gordon on the left and Danny Irwin, another Grand Forks product here on the right side. Barry Tallickson going to center the freshman Chucko on the left. Tyler Hirsch moved up with him. Sertage, Geyer, Howe, Borgen, Fleming, and Smogard, who had to go to lowercase letters to fit in. Round out the lineup, and there's that Travis Zajac line with Brady Murray, Drew Stafford at the top. Whoa, my, is that an awesome line to begin the year. And what a great defense lineup with Jones and Green. Who wouldn't love to have those two guys back on the blue line?
Well, I think you're seeing, for the most part, 7 of those 8 lines have a mixture of youth and experience. So Minnesota's tied a rookie in with each of its 4 lines. North Dakota quite the same. Whoa, who's the referee here?
Boy, if you're an NHL scout, this is the place to be. There are 20 draft picks in the lineup tonight. 10 of them in the first 3 rounds, and just that quickly, 7 seconds, the air comes out of the balloon, and we get an icing call.
Frank, this will be interesting to see how both teams handle the early pressure. Everybody's talked about the youth of these clubs, but you know they're going to have high energy, and they'll make some mistakes early, but you'll know the intensity will be there.
Chris Harrington goes to the corner for the puck with Rory McMahon of the Fighting Sioux, and now it's out to Danny Irwin at center ice. Irwin bringing it in, and it was Goligoski trailing him on the play, the defenseman who stayed back at the right point. Harrington couldn't get to the puck at center. It just skipped by him, and it's going to be icing against the University of North Dakota. That was quick.
Yeah, both teams have had an icing. Nobody could handle the puck. Matt Green was a little upset with the official. He thought it should have been played by Chris, but it was a bouncing puck. It's a bad hop. No way he could have played that.
Doug, let me ask you a little more about the freshman, considering Minnesota has 7 dressed. You want them to be intense for this, but you don't want them to blow a gasket. How do you keep them cool? How do you keep them focused?
Each guy's going to have his own ways of handling it. We don't have a special answer for that. Some will get better as the game goes on, and that's what Donnie will be looking for. Start strong, but finish better.
At center ice, Gino Geyer tipped it loose. Here's Andy Sertich to bring it in with a backhand that goes to the far corner. And up on the far side, it's Drew Stafford to get it to center ice. They join the rush in a hurry. Brady Murray on the far boards. Puts it right in front and it hopped right off the stick or skate of the first-round pick of the Devils, Travis Zajac. Again, Geyer gets a loose puck and the Gophers explode out 3-on-1. The pass to Sertich. The shot just misses the net. Geyer got hit hard into the backboards. There'll be a North Dakota penalty here. And it'll be a cross-check call.
Kyle Radke got beat up ice. I'll tell you, it's a 3-on-1 by the Gophers, and Geyer threw a flat pass across. Wasn't quite handled, but Gophers will go on the power play. And it's critical. There you see the cross-check right behind the net there. No doubt about that. Those are the fun ones, easy ones to call by the official Anderson.
Boy, I really like when I can talk about a team come exploding out of their own end. And both schools look like they're ready to skate and skate hard. We got the first power play of this game. And they're back to get it from Minnesota is Alex Goligoski. Left side here is Urban. Tyler Hirsch goes after it for the Golden Gophers. Harrington with the block at the point. Back into the corner. Hirsch will flip it in deeper. The forwards, they're keeping this line intact with Potulny, Hirsch, and Erman. And now it's off Erman's skate. He'll track it down. Hirsch, actually Hirsch taking the spot of Ben Gordon. For special teams play, they'll bring Hirsch, a little more experienced player, up for the power play. Hirsch drops it back. Harrington gets rid of it in a hurry. Geyer the nice feed to Barry Talixon as the Gophers change the power play on the go. Hirsch, a hard wrist shot and a rebound. Finally batted away. Nice release by Tyler Hirsch.
Well, I'm surprised that Andy Schneider didn't take Hirsch after Hirsch took the shot. He had a second chance for the puck. Schneider, better defensive player than that, made an error there.
Nice job by Chris Porter to get it loose, at least for the moment. Now he'll have to chase after Harrington. Sertich brings it to center. about 50 seconds now in the power play, and back out at center ice. This is Vanelli.
Good evening.
Talixon at the line, and it's offside with Sertich in ahead on the near boards.
Talixon is going to help this club by playing in the middle. I realize it's the power play, but he's playing in the middle. Watch a nice pass here. Now watch Hirsch. Nobody picks him up. Schneider moves away, says, here, take another one. So I'm not sure that coaches would like that if they're calling D. But Talixon moved in the middle. I think it's going to be a real big asset. He hasn't scored this year, but he's been a positive player. Coaches have really liked his attitude.
Vanelli driving it around. Green after it. Can't get it out of the zone. It's played by Derek Peltier, and now Vanelli dumps it in. It got deflected, I think, and it leaves the rink, and there's still some power play time left.
You fans at home watch how aggressive the Sioux are killing penalties. Wherever the Minnesota puck is, they're going to put some pressure on it. They're forcing the Gophers. The Gophers have done a good job of coming up the rink. It's been difficult to maintain themselves once they're in, and that's due to the fine pressure by the Sioux team, whether it be all the defensemen or all the forwards.
Zajac won that face-off cleanly, and now it's dumped down the rink, and Kellen Briggs will stop it back behind the net. Still some penalty time remaining on that infraction. Kyle Radke swept away a couple of times at center ice and played in by Peltier, but Matt Jones with the interception. Jones will fire it into Minnesota territory, and now that penalty is over. We're 5 skaters aside in the early going here of period number 1. No score. That pass misfires, and it's icing again against the Fighting Sioux.
I'll tell you one of the problems right now. That pass is going to be about an 80-foot pass. The forwards from the Sioux are doing what they did last week in Mankato. That's their a whole zone and a half away from where the defense is with the puck. And until they get back, your completion rate is going to be, about 10-15%. Talking to Dave Hakstol, he said, we got to get back. We're making the first pass 10 or 15 feet.
Jake Fleming wins the faceoff for Minnesota. Now still trapped on the far side, a long shot. That one by Nate Hagemo. And from behind, nice work by Minnesota. Great chance in front. Another shot hits the post. 2 chances in close.
Smaugard, great play. Gophers have carried the play here.
The Gopher checking line with a couple of good scoring opportunities, and this is Smaugard to backhand it in.
Smaugard's had a nice senior season. He's kind of discussed with himself. He knew he had a great chance.
Here's Chris Chucko. He gets beat up pretty good back there, but pulled away with a puck till he got hooked. It's centered by Chucko, and Potulny. Fans on the shot now roaring out of there. Here's Brady Murray. 2 Gophers get
Wow.
Well, great chances at either end, but the checkers on the Minnesota end with an opportunity here. Smogart's second effort hits the pipe. We're still scoreless.
Goligarski got his left foot where his right foot's supposed to be, and it was not a good situation. But watch this, coming in as Murray stopped. Big save. Gofer player comes in and pushes that off. Couldn't tell it was, but to me, that's a minor.
And now a penalty will be coming up against Minnesota. Let's not underestimate the importance of that save by Briggs. If it's a goal there, Doug, this place goes ballistic.
Yeah, in the first 5 minutes, that's the only chance they have, but it was a good one. Goligarski, like I said, got his feet caught crisscross. Now we got, I think, Ryan Patoli's going for two. Be a power play, and expect, I would think, Zajac, Stafford, Genoway, Murray, and Fuhrer on the first power play. Of course, they're going with a different one. McMahon, Spirko, Filling.
Pass intercepted by Vanelli. It was deflected in front, and Peltier throws it all the way down the rink.
The Sioux will probably run the power play off the right side of the rink or left as you're looking out towards the defense, because they got a couple of left-handers in here.
Nick Fuhrer leads it out at center ice. This is Rory McMahon, an Iron Man for this team. Rena Jones on the far side. That was Porter who got a piece of it and then grabbed by Peltier and dumped down the rink. The outlet pass by Parise, and that has a couple of people handcuffed, and Fleming and Smogart are in already on this penalty kill forecheck, and they're bottled up. Sioux are pretty well rattled here, Doug, in this first period.
Well, they've got great defensive defensemen, but their offensive skills are pretty average, which means they're good players, but their pluses are in the defensive side of the game.
Far side of the rink, and Briggs makes the save on that hard rushing drive by Zajac. Block. Ooh, apparently it came out, and Colby Genoway brought it back in. It is offside. Our Toyota key stat, we alluded to it a little bit earlier in this weekend series. There'll be 20 NHL draftees involved in the play, 3 in the first round, 4 in the second round, and 3 more third-round picks.
20 altogether, Frank.
Yeah, I wonder how many scouts are in the building tonight. This would be the cost-effective game to see, right?
You don't need to be. They're all picked. But I'll tell you what.
Well, they're looking for trades and all.
Oh, yeah, no question. No question.
That's Zajac. Back to the point on the power play. Got the return from Andy Schneider, who is the captain this year. Schneider, number 6 on the right point. Genoway with it. Through a screen. That one hit Minnesota's newly named captain, Judd Stevens.
Well, you can see, watch a long pass here. They'll try to get it going right back up the rink. But Minnesota, it looks like Paul Martin Goligarski, doesn't he?
He does.
The same number, same kind of stride. Maybe a little more explosive as a freshman than Paulie Martin was, but same kind of style.
Dumped in by James Mason. Back at the line. There's a long, hard shot taken by Matt Smaby. And a penalty. I didn't see it again.
Well, it's a little interference type call, tripping. I'm not sure why he called it then, because Minnesota.
Chucko took a punch out of the blue line. Maybe he delivered one too. I don't know.
I thought the Sioux had the puck. Minnesota didn't see it corral the puck, so it's Harrington going. You know, just when you start out well, like Minnesota did, it was pretty good sailing. And watch it. It's this is the new rules. And I mean,
oh man, really?
Know. Oh, this is the guy though. With Harrington in the corner.
Wow. Well, they called it a trip. I think after he came out of the corner, they tripped him. I hope. That check along the boards, I hope, was not a penalty.
No,
Briggs, great pressure. Boise cool again, and he makes the stop.
Genoway, who had 3 assists last week, is right in the floor there. He's got it going a little bit. So is Chris Porter. He's number 24. Try to bat it. Peltier tried to bat out. Towson comes in to help out. It's a scrum. And what I like there for the Gophers is that they got on the inside there. They were between the goaltender and the Sioux player. That's better than pinning them up against your tender. Shows you're kind of circling the wagons, giving your goaltender some protection.
Back at the line, a long shot by Fjord, hit a sprawling player. That was Rory McMahon who got knocked down and the puck hit him.
Now, why that wasn't a penalty, I can't understand. It was a two-hand cross-check by Vanelli. Referee looked at it, decided because they're down one, he's not going to call it.
I think you found the reason there, Doug. Smogard knocked it loose. This is Fleming. A little bit of a move and then another move to get free. And he'll rag the puck.
What a valuable specimen player he is, you know. It'd be a lot more fun to be on the power play than the penalty kill, but he takes his role and does a great job with it. It'd be Mr. Fleming.
Now the hard hit in the offensive zone was thrown by Borgen, I beg your pardon. Now Colby Genoway breaking it, centering it. And a chance in close for Murray, and it went off the heel of his stick to the corner. Long screen shot wide of the net. I don't think Briggs had a chance to see it. Blocked by Schneider, he shoots. That one hit Judd Stevens again as he blocked it. And Murray over to pick it up. Blast again, and it's deflected into the corner. And now the Fighting Sioux cranking it up a bit still in the power play with a little more than a half minute to go. Check thrown by Hagemo on the far side. Kept in by Genoway. Here's Andy Schneider shooting. That misses the target. And off the scrum, kicked by Hagemo very quickly to the backboards, out of harm's way. And now it hits a Fighting Sioux glove near the bench. And a push leading to shove back in the zone.
Andy Schneider got it going down there. Referee Anderson didn't call it, let it go. Maybe now he did.
I think the freshmen are getting a pretty good idea about the intensity of this rivalry here.
Yeah, well, Minnesota had it exactly the way they wanted for the first 4.5 minutes. A couple of good offensive opportunities, had nice momentum, had a power play, and then all of a sudden one mistake, and then another one right behind it. A soft call, and you got troubles. This thing is like a rock coming down the hill. It gets faster and faster as it's moved. This is an intense place to play.
Todd Anderson, our referee tonight, and he has had a lot to watch early on. 3 minor penalties called. Mark Howe in for the face-off. And now back to get it once more. That's maybe. He is in his sophomore year. And as a freshman, played 39 games on defense.
Frank, we just had a couple of minors called during that stoppage of play. One on the Gophers and one on the Sioux, so it still is 5-on-4. Gophers would like to get out of this situation and start fresh again.
Now rolling with the puck now is McMahon. Long blast by Smaby. And that penalty to Harrington is over. And now, Doug, we're at that equal strength situation, 5-on-5. Approaching the halfway point of the period. Grabbed by Howe, he shovels it on the backhand down the rink. A race for it. Matt Green is there, knocked it away from Surdich, and quickly to McMahon to the Minnesota line. And as he tried to get it to filling, it was taken away by Judd Stevens.
McMahon may be as good a two-way center as there is in the league. Not a great offensive player, but a very good one. A terrific defensive player, so he's a valuable commodity, usable in a lot of situations.
Great centering pass and a backhand try in close by Chucko was stopped by Parise. Fuhrer has to turn to go back for the puck. It's in the air, still not out of the zone. And it's forced to head along the boards by Kyle Kipe. Here's Kipe shooting, and it just missed the net. Line mate James Mason went after it. Big collision on the far side. Barry Talixon gets the best of that one, knocking Lee Marvin down.
How many Marvins are there? We lost.
Exactly halfway through the period. 0-0 the score here at the 10-minute mark of the period. Coming up at our intermission, we would like to spend a little bit of time to pay special tribute to Mark Hershkowitz, a valuable member of the television sports crew throughout the Twin Cities over a goodly many of years. He passed away earlier this week, and we'd like to remember Mark and tell you about how we feel he's been so special in our lives. So that'll be coming up at our first intermission.
Frank, I've heard a lot of the guys talk. I've only been doing this for 3 years. I think it was Joey was telling us, Casey, that Hershkowitz was such a big factor in so many guys' opportunities to get a jam.
For a lot of years, Mark Hershkowitz assigned the crews here, and the freelance folks relied on him to go to bat for them. Mark and I and several others cut our teeth in the television market back in the early 80s with Spectrum Sports.
I tell you, he would have loved to hit like this. So I tell you, this has got to be on the qualifying list for the hit of the night. is Green that puts a pop on. Look at here, Schmacher, nice solid shoulder to shoulder. That's a cage rattler. Good clean hit, open ice. Like to see those.
Gino Geyer digs in, wins the faceoff. Vanelli through the screen, but it's right on, and Parise makes the stop there. Gophers have been doing pretty well on the faceoffs too, particularly in the offensive end.
They really have, Frank. One thing that is bothersome when there's so many power plays and special teams, it's hard to get the young guys in the game. You can cover guys who are inexperienced 5-on-5, but when it gets to be 4-on-4 or power plays, they kind of get shortened to the ice time.
Long right side pass, Stafford, Briggs again, a big save. It's forced ahead, and now a chase here by Peltier to get it out of the zone. The defenseman had to come up to get that puck out of there.
Stafford's got 40 games played, 35 points. Hasn't scored a ton of goals, though. A lot of those are assists, so they're looking for him to start finishing the plays.
Serdic behind the net, and he's wrapped up now by Nick Fuhr. And it's maybe with a check into Howe to knock him down. A wraparound try by Serdic won't go. Delayed penalty on the Fighting Sioux.
I tell you, these late with these calls, when one guy's got the puck in one color, you think it's going to be on the other, and all of a sudden it is not. So being a little critical of official Anderson, he just got me a little confused. When somebody has the puck and they blow the whistle, you assume that they're the ones that got the penalty. Well, it hasn't worked out that way. Maybe he had the rock, but it didn't make much difference. Maybe the big defense and played at Shattuck, 6'5", 225. Coaches are excited about his improvement. Dave Hakstol, the new coach here, been assistant, played here. He and Hankinson had one of the all-time great Dukers down in front of the bench, Frank, back in about the early 90s. Oh, yeah. And his dad was playing up in the stands. It's a double dipper.
Harrington leaves it behind the net. The outlet pass by Goligoski. Now ahead for Erman, but it's knocked out of the air and knocked back out at center ice. Perpick had for a moment, got a piece of it at center. As it comes loose, Tyler Hirsch over to get it on the Minnesota power play. I think this is their second of the game. Herman trapped McMahon, and then it's dumped down the rink by North Dakota.
Not exactly where Minnesota wants to have the puck in this power play. They'd prefer to have it in the offensive zone. They fought to try to get it there. Not successful so far.
Great catch by Hirsch at the line. Great pass. The shot is right on. Parise made the save, but the rebound is loose. This is Erman. Hirsch behind the net. Erman again. To the point for Harrington. Across for Goligoski. Down low, right in front. Here's a shot by Ryan Patoli and a goal.
Cal, that's an unfortunate thing. Cal Marvin, 50-some years coach of the Warwood Lakers. Lost him this summer. These are one of his grandsons, I would believe.
Stevens plays it out. Now it's Chucko to bring it in. Slap shot. Parise the save. He holds on. Oh, there's that soft touch. And those great hands in front. And Patoli gets the game's first goal to make it 1-0.
Boy, they moved that puck into that zone nicely. They made a nice little give. Hirsch made a nice pass. Patoli gets, what is his sixth goal already, Frank? My goodness. Did 5 in 3 games, I thought. Now this is the sixth.
5.
So 5, okay. Pretty close. Watch this nice little pass. One-timer by Hirsch. Boy, what a nice give and go there. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, right upstairs on Parise. They know they got to go up the stairs. He's not a very big goaltender. Gophers get a big lead here. And I say big because they need to get a good start and not let the momentum come against them.
12-16 the time. A little bit of a dangerous situation there.
Little.
That was Ben Gordon. Here's Kellen Briggs.
The penalty call here, I believe.
All right, we'll start it out. But Minnesota with a power play goal and a 1-0 lead in Grand Forks. Doug, I hope you got the penalty because I don't.
It was a holding. I think it's Hagemo or Goligoski is a defenseman in front. Everything, the numbers are down. I was trying to find out who had the extra assist. The defenseman for the Gophers there. And a nice pass down to Hirsch. He gave it to Patoli. Well, Hagemo's on the rink, so that isn't him.
Yeah, we're going to go. No, I'm not going to guess.
Well, they got,
this is flooding, and he'll throw it down.
They got Ben Gordon.
Hagemo watching the puck in the corner, and with him is opposite number 11, Rostislav
Spirko.
Spirko, yes.
You were trying to get Rostislav off right. Yeah, nice.
We got re-educated here tonight about how to pronounce that.
I was also trying to figure out where our stats were coming from tonight, which are not coming too quickly up here in this $110 million press box.
Yeah. Ben Gordon got the minor for holding. He also turned the puck over, so he's paying for his sin.
Here's Colby Genoway. Murray.
It's going to be interesting how he does. He had the great guys to play with last year.
Here's Fuhr. And Vanelli goes after it. Out of the air and to Genoway back at the point. Dug off the boards by Howe, but he couldn't control Geyer to help out. One hands it to center ice for Howe. Howe bringing it in, watched by Genoway, and he is stopped by Genoway. And Geyer will rag it by shooting it all the way back to his blue line. And Harrington, in turn, dumps it down the rink to complete the change.
Nice job by the Gophers.
Backhand try in front as it was off the stick of Chris Porter. I'm mostly impressed, Doug, with Minnesota's poise and composure here in this pressure cooker.
Yeah, they've done well. And you can tell they've completed a lot of passes, Frank.
Yeah.
That kind of shows that they don't have the jitters.
Hard shot by Rory McMahon. He was looking for a tip-in, but the man was cover in front of the net. Wraparound try by McMahon, and there's Briggs again. He's been a difference maker in this one, and another penalty.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Over the years, it's been a rough rivalry. Anthony LaPanta has more.
Well, thanks, guys. It's been a very physical first period, and we've talked a lot about new faces in this rivalry. It's not a surprise that a lot of the physical play carries over behind the bench. In fact, all three coaches on that North Dakota bench, when they were playing for the Sioux, were ejected from games for fighting against the Gophers. Kerry Eads in '78 fought with Don Micheletti. Hakstol fought against Ben Hankinson. Doug already mentioned that when Dave Barry was thrown out of a game at the old Mariucci. So it doesn't just come through with the players, it's also the coaches behind the bench, guys.
That is a wonderful bit of yarn.
I tell you,
Here comes Danny Irvin, and that pass shot goes across the front. The tip-in try by Patelny didn't work. Now Goligoski works it around. This is Patelny putting it in front. A pinball job. It's back up to Miller, and Goligoski fires. And that hit a Fighting Sioux defender in front. Finally, it's covered up.
Parise took a swipe at Ehrman with the point of his stick out in front. There's Rory McMahon. We talked about him earlier. He's a terrific defensive player, pretty good offensive player. Gophers had their chance. Watch to the end of this. Goligoski moves in nicely, gets caught in it. And now watch the shot here. Goaltender, see him give him a shot with that stick? Ehrman's in front. The goaltender, Parise, will stick him pretty good here. They'll take a swat on him. Oh, I tell you, Ehrman's tough enough. He's not the biggest guy, but he'll stand in there. That's supposed to be for guys that are 6'3", 212.
Quinn Filling's pass is picked off by Peltier. And Peltier from center nurses it ahead and into the corner. Filling.
I think one thing Minnesota should be credited with, they've done a nice job of showing poise, like you said, Frank. No question about it. Got another penalty here.
Boy, before this parade continues, let me bring you up to date on the last power play goal. Ryan Patelny, his fifth. Goligoski and Hirsch will get the assist at 12:16. Green will go off, and that'll give Minnesota a two-man advantage for a minute 4.
I asked Coach Hakstol how the new rules being interpreted will affect his team. I don't think it'll affect us much. Well, to this point, I think it's the new rules have slowed this game down. Not saying this is a non-physical matchup in a relative sense. You see the Sioux and the Gophers go at each other. Maybe had a nice check in neutral zone, but not dirty. And yet there's a plethora of penalties.
I got 9 minor penalties called in this game. A two-man advantage. A blast by Goligoski. It's off a skate. Dug out of there by Hirsch and back to the line. Goligoski, he likes to fire from the line. And they like to feed him, too. Harrington. Patelny puts it right in front. A great save there by Parise on that shot in close by Ehrman. Goligoski digging for the puck and finally is dumped out of there. Shot out of there.
Another penalty coming up. Perkins is gone. Lost their composure.
3 straight minor penalties to the Fighting Sioux. 2 of them still on the board. Was there one more jab in there even after the whistle went?
Oh, I think
holding the stick call. That's what Nate Anderson has found.
I got the wrong guy, Frank. I'm sorry. I got the wrong guy. I thought it was the other way around. Gotta watch
holding
this play
the
right
stick.
here.
Who's holding what?
It's pretty hard to tell. I mean, it's a swat. Wow. Whoa.
Well, there's a dance that I didn't have to officiate.
He took the swat first, and then he just tucked the stick underneath.
Oh, well, I was wrong. Yeah, Goligoski.
Goligoski, yeah.
Well, all right.
Yep. Write her down, Frank. You're right. But I mean, that was a tuck of the stick under the arm after he took a swat. I guess you're just going to have to go zero tolerance here. 4 on 3.
That's what they want. Right up the middle for Vanelli. Rebound pushed wide of the net by Hirsch.
Well, Hirsch had 3 great chances to score tonight.
Now the first penalty is over as a hard shot taken by Vanelli goes wide. A backhand slap. Now Hirsch got cross-checked down by Jones, and play continues. He's not going to be able to call everything now. Filling to bring it in, and a long shot off the stick of Vanelli, and it leaves the rink.
4 on 4 play. Hirsch gets a good opportunity. His third good one of the period. Nice play by Derek Peltier. He walks in. Look at Hirsch all alone. Walks in there. Parise doesn't know where it's at, but he gets a break. Works out okay for him. Doesn't see the puck all the way. Look at, he's looking in the net. Now he's looking behind him again. That's not the place you want to be looking. They'll tell you if it scores.
Drew Stafford in for that face-off, but Minnesota with the puck now, and it's Nate Hagemo back behind the net, one of the 7 freshmen. Out and dressed tonight for the Golden Gophers. Calixon tried to hold up and make the catch at the same time at the blue line. Couldn't quite do it. Murray now rolling with it in a hurry. Gets it ahead. Stafford back in front for Murray, but it was broken up by Judd Stevens, who's made 3 or 4 really good plays in the Minnesota end tonight.
Well, I think Minnesota's young defense hung in there pretty well.
Big pop thrown by Murray. Back at the line, Schneider. That one hit Judd Stevens. A rebound. Kevin Briggs across, reading it, sprawling, and making the save. A power play goal for the Golden Gophers back at the midway point of the period, and that's all we've got. The intensity we anticipated has been here. And from the faceoff, they chase Porter out, and Minnesota controls this draw again. They won 75% of them, or am I imagining things?
I don't know the percentage, Frank, but it's been dominant both ends. Now, that's key right there. You get the puck out of your zone. They've got some offensive opportunities by getting him in the offensive zone. So it's been not the neutral zone, the fluff ones. They're the ones that count.
Let me try this one again. Rostislav Spirko.
You got her.
And there is Peltier to dump it down the rink.
You know, the Spirko and Zajac, these new freshmen for the Sioux, are good players, but they're not the same as putting Parise and Bochenski in there. It's going to take some time.
Fuhr off a skate and into the corner. Howe gets a piece of it and ahead to Geyer. He's coming up ice. He got a little tug. There's going to be a penalty. Zero tolerance? Yep. I think we're going to negative tolerance here. But I think that's a call there. He obviously got tripped up.
And Minnesota was down him, and so they got the break on that one.
Ooh, what a parade we got going here.
A little tug on the shin pad. Geyer battles himself. Finally, you know, this year it's a penalty. That's all I can say. Gophers will go on a power play with 1:36 left. 1:35, depending on which clock you're looking at.
Goligoski gets it over to Harrington. Power play and a shot. Hurts thinking much on that one.
This is where they're going to miss Ballard at one-timer.
Yeah.
Martin, Leopold. I mean, you miss those guys anyway, but it's a key thing in the power play, the one-timer. And so Harrington's got to be the guy. Goligoski's got to be the guy. Hirsch obviously was not on that particular one.
I think Goligoski would like to fill that role.
He will be there eventually. Danny Irvin's taking the punishment. He's replacing his brother by standing in front of the net.
Patulny, Hirsch, Erman up front. Goligoski, Harrington, the 2-point men. On this, the 5th power play of the period for Minnesota. They have 1 power play goal. Great centering pass. It got away from Erman, and it's back out at center ice. That was Ryan Patulny with the setup. Harrington at center. Throws it left side. And it took a North Dakota hop, and then a Minnesota hop. And finally, a penalty. A slash. I don't know, he's looking at McMahon, and McMahon's going to be gone.
Man didn't give him too much guff about it. Now he's at the door, not inviting him in. When he's talking to him, it's a holding penalty. Yep. Referee Anderson will get a boo. It's lower part of your screen will tell you where the problem lies. Right here. But oh my goodness. When you're a man down, it's not necessarily a scoring opportunity. This might be something for Doug Steele.
Yeah, I figured you'd chime on this.
I'm all over it.
A minute 27 of two-man advantage, but some of that may carry over. Less than a minute in the period. Now it's back for Hagemo, Vanelli, and Surdich to Vanelli, and hit iron.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gino Geyer is, I'm sorry, Frank, Gino Geyer is dying in front of him. He's just taking a beat.
Hagemo down low, Talixon pulls it apart, another penalty on the Fighting Sioux. Vanelli throws it down low, Briggs coming off for another skater as Vanelli gets it. Now 6 skaters jam in there, a rebound try, but boy, Parise doing a great job in goal. 6 on 3 right now. Here's Vanelli, down low for Surdich. In the middle, and it dribbles back to the line. 11 to go in the period. Vanelli, another Gofer is upended. Will there be 2 penalties? That's Geyer down. Here's a chance for Patoli. Parise the save, and the whistle goes.
Frank, I'm sorry I got in your way there early. You had so much to say.
Boy, I'll tell you, they were taking bodies down there like trees.
This was Liberty time down there. They were, even though the Sioux fans are totally upset, there was another 5 penalties that could have been called from cross-checking from behind.
Is Anderson going to call 2 penalties out of that last flurry? With the delay, will there be 2 delayed penalties? I got 4 North Dakota players in the box. You can see them all there.
The Minnesota had some chances. Vanelli rang one off the pipe early. That was not the one, but it was a save by Parise. There was a number of good chances. Here's Patelny coming across to net. It took a lot of. Oh, we got play started, Frank.
And the horn brings an end to this period. And we have an airport situation here where we're going to stack them up and circle them around for a while. 4 guys were in the box. Only 2 penalties were up on the board. I don't know if somebody was serving a delayed for somebody else, but we'll have a little bit of time now to get it all sorted out. Minnesota with only a 1-0 lead. Shots on goal, there were a total of 25. 13 for the Golden Gophers in that period. Anthony LaPanta will get us launched on our intermission from the Ralph, where the Minnesota Golden Gophers have a 1-0 lead in their WCHA opener. Blais orange. Good thing none of the guys on the ice would be wearing Blais orange, because there might be more penalties called in this one. This is not to be critical of the official, just a statement of fact. There has been a continual parade there, and indeed 2 more penalties were called on the Fighting Sioux at 19:57 of the period. How would you like to be coaching in this one,
Not really. Just to give you an idea how it's landed, and not necessarily unfairly. 6 of the last 7 against the Sioux.
Yeah.
A lot of cross-checking, a lot of people lying in the rink out there. Looks like down Timberwood.
I think a little bit of that, Doug, is overall for 20 minutes, I think Minnesota has held its composure far better than the Fighting Sioux.
Yes, and Sioux lost a great deal of composure the last 4 minutes of that period. No question. Minnesota has played really, really well.
So with all the power play chances, the Golden Gophers get their only goal with a man advantage. Nice puck movement here.
Oh, Erman pushes it back over to Harrington and Garski. He's down to Hirsch and back to Patoli, a 5-person handle all the way around the rink. Beautiful goal.
4 assists on that one. We can only give away 2, and then Garrett Smogard and Jake Fleming combined.
Well, there was 2 pipes hit. That was one of them. And then Vanelli hit another one. Now here's a chance, a great chance by Murray. Now Garski falls down, but watch Briggs make one of maybe 3 big saves during that period.
Kellen Briggs certainly was Minnesota's star early in that one. He made key saves, kept him in this game. It's still 1-0, of course, but they got great goaltending. But then Jordan Parise, when he got tested more, was also right in the middle of the net for most of those.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what happens. That period's over. Everybody got their feet wet, got in the building. What's going to happen? I don't know.
Yeah, because we got a lot more power play coming. There are 4 numbers stacked up on the board here, waiting to go on the penalty. We'll have the face-off in a moment. so busy he's on his cell phone. That's supervisor of officials Greg Shepard.
I tell you what, looks like a church pew down there on the bench.
And I've lost track of who's in there. Sorry to say, honestly, folks. The first two in there will be James Mason. He'll be the first one out. Then the next one out will be Rory McMahon. And the last two penalties at 1957 were called on Matt Green and Matt Jones. Each get 2-minute minors for cross-checking a variety of Minnesota players in front of the net. So it's right now 5-on-3. It's going to stay that way for a while. Boy, they could really roll up some power play goals here. Perfect. Can't get it out. Knocked down by Goligoski. Hirsch. Center point. Harrington. Back for Hirsch. Harrington again. A blast by Goligoski. Parise makes the save, and now they get the whistle on the frozen puck.
Frank, not a very good job by the Gophers. They pushed the puck in deep towards the goal, which meant that the Sioux could come right there, just stand right at the edge of the hash marks. They fronted up with two guys. They jammed it all up. Then Goligoski made an ill-advised shot from the bad angle. One problem there, if you miss the net with the fresh ice, it sails right around. It's an icing. Plus, you got a horrible opportunity there. Percentage from that angle is so bad. So a lot of errors. Nobody got hurt, particularly the Gophers there, because they didn't make very good choices. They got to move the puck out.
I got a feeling they did not start the penalty clock.
No, it was 24 and 58.
Yeah, the penalty. So we've played 22 seconds here, but no time has come out.
Are we playing at Mariucci?
I don't know. Yeah, $110 million for a building. You got to get clocks that run, huh?
Oh, now don't start that.
All right.
How many million?
110.
Oh, I missed the one you said there.
Oh, yeah.
10 million. There's homes up here that are worth that.
All right, now we'll take a look at stats. Country Insurance, 1-0 in the goal department. Shots on goal pretty even. Scoring chances also very even. Gophers 1 for 4 plus on the power play. They got a couple they're going to carry over here. And a total of 14 minor penalties called. The Fighting Sioux have the edge in faceoffs won, contrary to what I thought, but the Fighting Sioux also with the edge 4-2 in the hits department. And there is Dean Blais. He has had an incredible year as well with the passing of his wife Wendy from ALS earlier this year. Now an assistant coach at Nashville, and here, or Columbus, I beg your pardon, here to take in the rivalry.
Yeah, nice visit with him today over at the hotel. He's such a good guy. They're moving the torch on Dave Hakstol, which is another good guy. But Dino's in 9 years here with Gasparini, assistant, and of course at Rosso and state championships. And Wendy is a fine lady. I'm going to miss her as well.
A look at Blazer, who is succeeded by man Dave Hakstol. And where has Dave been? He has paid his hockey dues, to say the least, as the assistant head coach at UND since 2000. Was a general manager and head coach in the USHL to cut some teeth there. Played with the Minnesota Moose for a couple of years. Also played in Indianapolis for a couple of years. His playing days at the University of North Dakota were from '89 to '92. Then he got his degree coming back to school in '96 and finishing up the coursework there.
Right, we're talking about face-offs. The Sioux got a very valuable face-off that time as they got the puck out 5-on-3, got the face-off in their own end.
Hirsch to bring it in. Nice play to Potolny. And a glove catch by Parise, and he holds on.
Boy, Parise made that look so easy. That was a nice play. But, from a shooter standpoint, when you're coming in a power play, nice play by Hirsch again, makes the pass across. Gofer 4 drives it net. I think that's Irvin, which he's supposed to do. Opens up the back lane. Look how that opens up that back lane. But a rally buster or flurry buster is one when you put it in the goalie's glove.
Draw to Minnesota. Talixon back to the point. Hagemo back for Barry Talixon. Hagemo. Now Vanelli. Here's Geyer right in front for Talixon. That hit somebody's leg on the way in, and Parise had to be quick there.
Well, the Gophers would be wise to put somebody in the middle. The Sioux are putting two players out, keeping the one back in. You see the two Sioux, they're 14 and 24, Porter. They got to get the puck to the middle and then fire that thing.
Now McMahon out of the box as one of the North Dakota players. Porter was up in. Fans want a penalty there. Here's Hagemo. Still a 2-man advantage for the Golden Gophers. Vanelli, Hagemo firing away. It's off a boot and then played out of there. Nice job by Brady Murray. Briggs, outlet pass to Vanelli, ahead for Geyer now to bring it in. Murray gives chase, but he's a half step in. A chance in front, and Parise got a piece of that close-in try by Chris Chucko. Nate Hagemo, 5-on-3 skating advantage for the Golden Gophers. Geyer whips one in front, and it got away from Talixon. Hagemo again. Vanelli. Hagemo, the one-timer off the heel of the stick a bit, and then just pushed, shoveled out of there by Murray.
Good job by the Sioux. If they can get out of here with 1 goal or less being scored, they should be really excited about that.
Hagemo fires as Erman heads to the net, but the rebound wouldn't go to him. Here's Harrington now to play it back in. This is Hirsch. Fires it in front for the deflection. A perfect play and a goal, and Erman gets his first goal of the season.
Nice passing by the Gophers. Goligoski involved again. Of course, Erman, magnificent passing. Hirsch looking very good with his stick tonight. Made some terrific passes. Gophers take a 2-0 lead. Tell you what, that's an awful big lead when you're playing like they are. I don't know if the Sioux are going to score a lot of goals. Danny Erman on the edge of the crease getting rewarded. Took a lot of abuse early. Hagemo gets his shot off. Puck comes back to the point. That's Harrington. Now Hirsch. It was Harrington to Hirsch. Erman, boom, on the edge of the net. Fuhrer didn't get it. Gophers still have a one-man power play here.
15th career goal for Erman, as we mentioned, and you saw first this season. Here's Patalny, now a one-skater advantage for 45 seconds or so. Hirsch over to get it. He has assisted on both of the Minnesota goals, both on the power play. Pass in front and it got away from Patalny. Goligoski's shot was tipped early on by Green. Now they whack at it once more. And Harrington.
Right, you know one thing, Gophers are going to have to kill a 5-on-3 penalty before this game's over. It's not going to be just one team with a 5-on-3.
Harrington, who led Minnesota in shots on goal with 4 in the first period, got it in the zone, and it's back down the rink.
Got to be a little more careful with the puck when you're bringing the puck in the zone and with a 5-on-4 advantage. You just can't throw a flat pass backhander over across. Chris Harrington did not make a good play there.
Harrington, Geyer got it ahead to Surnich. Now the penalty box is empty, and listen to the roar. Fuhrer at the side of his own net. Peltier, a screenshot that hits the base. Howe in the corner. Now Geyer whips it in front. Peltier scampers across, keeps it in. Wrist shot by Vanelli, deflected a couple of times. Peltier fires away, and it goes all the way across, and the Gophers will not let up, even though it's 5-on-5. Dumped down the rink, icing against North Dakota. Danny Erman transferred from Fargo up to Grand Forks, played his high school days there, and then enjoyed some great success against the Fighting Sioux, scoring a goal in the latter season games at Mariucci Arena, a couple of them here.
Well, he never gets the Sioux flu. That really helps him.
He asked me, Doug, he says, how many should I get tonight? I said, Danny, I said, you haven't got one yet. I'm not going to put that kind of number on you.
Oh, but you know, he's got a great
I said, you get one tonight, so we'll talk the next game. Colby Genoway to bring it in. And Hagemo takes him to the board. Now a long shot, that off a skate. That was Kyle Radke. Maybe now we'll finally see some of these fourth liners come in, and the shot is gloved by Briggs on that try by Rostislav Spirko.
Some of these guys got a lot of innings left, Frank.
Yeah.
Their pitch count is about 4. I'm sick and tired of hearing pitch count, though, I'll tell you that. Jack Morris didn't stop at 103 when he won it. Hickey Lolich, whatever. But I tell you, the Gophers, if they can sustain here for another 6 to 8 minutes, that shows, you know, that they can play under the duress. I think they'll be in good shape. They need to get, you know, another 7 or 8 good minutes together. Keep gaining the confidence.
There's a chance for Talixon. That's off a skate, now back out at center ice.
Well, the Sioux have just been on their heels because of all the penalties, and that they don't seem to be able to come up. Whoa!
That was a long way to go for a hit, I thought, but Rylan Kipe just blasted Vanelli out at center, and now it's stopped. I think you get Vanelli. We'll take a look at maybe the second best hit of the night.
Well,
oh yeah, Vanelli gets the worst of this one. Back in a moment.
From East Grand Forks.
Yeah, that was a long way, but no penalty call there. and icing here.
You know, one thing I've noticed here so far, the Sioux in particular have a very good core defense defensively. They have allowed guys to shoot. The second shot's going in right there. Before that icing, there was a shot. Nobody picked anybody up. So maybe Fuhr was out of position. They seem to be flat or a little bit discouraged about what's going on right now. Sioux have to change their mindset.
Golden Gophers playing and skating in this game heads up.
Yeah, like they're a veteran team.
Yeah.
But that shows good coaching too.
Oh yes. I've always thought coaches are part of the team.
Yeah, they're big factors. Yep. Players make plays, but coaches can help their confidence.
How about that play by Goligoski that intercepted and forced it ahead, and then Erman went down at center ice. This is Harrington back together. Bodies continue to still to fly here. No one's afraid to throw a check. Erman might have a man breaking, but Potulny had to come back. Now they'll change lines anyway, and this is Green with a pass ahead, misfiring, and it's icing, and that's something they've done a good half dozen times here tonight.
When you're trying to make a 90-foot to 130-foot pass, chances of completions of length. The other thing that I wouldn't like about his coaching is that not only was there one Sioux player out there at the offensive goal, there was two, which tells you that nobody's getting back. Leaving one guy to stretch the zone is great, but you don't need two to stretch the zone. A breakaway only needs one player.
Two to stretch the zone is like ripping your zipper in the wrong direction. You know, now things are, it's hard to get it back together. Zajac flipping it in. Stafford in pursuit. Briggs got around on that one. Now a little drop pass by Radke. And this is Murray. Schneider. Shot goes wide. Stafford can't get to it. He was tangled up. Murray to the line. Radke the shot. Briggs the save, and he belts it right in the corner.
Should have caught that puck instead of the line. Now he threw it in the corner for problems.
Now Radke. And in the tangle, no penalty called, and it's brought in. The pass intended for Geyer from Howe. Geyer in the corner gets pasted pretty good by Radke. Sertich reaching for it. It'll come back around to the near side. Howe whips it in front. Geyer got a shot off in tight quarters. A great play by Howe in the corner, and then a good release by Geyer in the slot. Geyer now back at the line. And a broken stick. Schneider had to kick it in.
How are things going for you when you're out there and all of a sudden you get the puck, you have no wood?
A catch by Fleming, and Smagard backs it in. Off the glass, Smagard spun around, and now it's flipped by Genoway to center, but no rush. Tipped at the line by the Gophers. Borgen. And now Genoway to the left side. And Porter's shot misses everything.
One of the few opportunities the Sioux, regardless of their power plays they've had to kill out, when they've been 5-on-5, they've been a little listless on offense. Not many opportunities, and when that has happened, Helen has been strong.
Porter relayed it ahead to Spurko nicely, trying to make a move on Peltier, and Briggs there to help out.
Beautiful poke check. He saw that Spurko was going to have trouble with the puck.
And now a standing ovation for the referee who's called a penalty here on Minnesota for slashing. Anthony LaPanta, come on in.
Well, thanks very much, Frank. This might put a little pressure on goaltender Kellen Briggs, who has been equal to every shot he's faced so far tonight. He stopped all 14. That exceeds his magic number of 90%. Last year, when Briggs or the Gophers stopped 90% or better, they were 19-0. 8-14-3 when they failed to hit that number. Briggs hit it 13 out of 27 down the stretch for the Gophers. Tonight, a perfect 14 for 14. And guys, how coincidental that here we are in North Dakota and the Gophers with a pair of goals from their North Dakota connection of Potulny and Erman.
Great point, Anthony, both on the power play. There's Schneider shooting. Yeah, they don't feel any pressure. I think they thrive when they come here to play. Now in front, a shot and a goal! Travis Zajac!
Kobe Genoway made a great pass across the seam. Travis Zajac showed his hands. He's number 15, folks, a freshman from Salmon Arm.
Teammates of Minnesota's Chris Chucko there.
He made the pass himself, then he follows his own pass. Not a bad deal. Give it, get it back. Those who give it, get it in return.
The power play goal is the third power play goal of this game. It is now 2-1. The Gophers have the lead. 5 skaters aside. It's shot in by Talixon as we approach the midway point of the second period. Out to center ice now. Murray upended by Hirsch, and he'll go.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah. And that gets the crowd back feeding into this one. The next power play in a moment.
Power play here for the Sioux. This will be a big kill for the Gophers, or a big opportunity for the Sioux.
Left side and dumped in by Matt Jones. Porter couldn't control it. Patulny waiting for it. There's Fuhrer shooting. A pad save by Briggs. And shot out of there by Ryan Patulny.
Surprised that he just fired the puck, Frank. Fuhrer just got it and ripped it from a bad angle. Gophers cleared it out. Sioux need to generate some good plays on this power play.
Rostislav Spirko shoots it in. Porter in the corner with a little bit of help. Now Porter once more. Hagemo got tangled up and went down. This is Spirko. Dropped it back, and now Spirko trying to dart around with it. Judd Stevens stepping in. That's Zajac, who has the lone North Dakota goal in this game. And they'll have to retreat and regroup.
Murray's coming out. Teammate Shattuck, Hirsch made the hook on his buddy. Sitting out for 2 minutes.
Boy, did Howe pick that one off. Here's Surdich alone, shorthanded. One player back, and the backhand is stopped by Parise. And finally, they get the whistle.
Do you see the hands on Surdich there?
Wonderful.
It's an enigma to me. And what is that enigma? Why he doesn't have more goals?
Oh, all right, I thought
Watch this great stick. I mean, there's 10 guys in the league that can do that. He just can't find the twine, and I don't know why.
I thought you meant by enigma that there was no way in the world you could do that.
It's not easy. The whole thing's an enigma.
Right side pass, Stafford cutting right in, and he overskates the puck. Might have got checked a little bit, but I think he basically overskated it.
Great play by Derek Peltier, giving away about 6 inches in height, but he kept maybe to the outside. Excuse me, Stafford to the outside.
Under a half minute on the Fighting Sioux power play. They're hoping to tie this game as we come up on the 10-minute mark of the period. Benelli nursed it along, and now it's played by Borgen out to center ice. Smogard short-handed. He's got a man in the slot. The pass! There'll be a penalty coming up on Stafford.
Well, AR even called it.
Yeah.
Probably referees most of the time.
Oh, they might get Harrington for diving.
Oh, my goodness. I have to see that one to change my mind.
Yeah, they're both going to go. They're both going to go. Wow.
Harrington jumped up, coming out of the zone all the way. Can't see him, but now he's flying up in here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know why. You know,
I'm gonna. All right, he embellished.
I'm not saying it wasn't, but I'm surprised that he would think about even doing that when he's got a chance to catch the puck and shoot it. I mean, it wasn't like he wasn't in good position. He was catching right at the hash marks with a chance for a one-timer. So if it's a penalty, it was ill-advised on Chris's part because he should have taken the chance for the offensive play.
I'm beginning to wish for the old rule book, where there's far too much ink in my penalty column here.
Yeah.
And this game is.
But it's not a typical. I mean, it's a typical intense game of Gophers and Sioux, but it's not a dirty. You know, it's not an overly dirty game. Most checks, just that little segment there where the cross checks in front got a little heavy. But for the most part, other than the end of that first period, it's been just a good high-intensity game.
Yeah.
Now, why, if it wasn't a penalty, why did the AR decide he was going to call it as well? They don't get into
maybe the AR was going to call the dive, Doug.
We'll find out.
But he really shouldn't be calling the dive, should he?
No, not at all. He shouldn't be calling that one when it's in front of the referee. So I don't know. Maybe we should bring in the umpires. A little session over there. Oh boy, tell you, Minnesota did dodge a bullet there. They got out of the penalty situation. Now it's 5-on-5. Half a game left. Good hockey game.
North Dakota controlling from the face-off, and Green plays it ahead. It'll be picked off by Hagemo and shot down the ring. 5 skaters aside, as Doug mentioned. Quinn Filling can't control it. Here's Hagemo to scoot over and keep it in, but it hit a couple of skates. Filling over on the near boards and out to the Minnesota line, where it was behind McMahon, who got socked pretty good by Hagemo. A break here for Filling, and Ehrman has him tied up, and Ehrman's going to go.
It's an every shift penalty.
Yeah, it's a parade. No, more than a parade. It's like a traffic jam. Treasure Island in our trivia questions for tonight. Which freshman had the most points in the WCHA last season? I think it was one of the North Dakota guys who was number 8 in the country. No?
I don't have any idea.
My notes say Brady Murray. I think he was 8th in the country.
In penalties?
Was that? Oh, did I misread the question? I thought it said points.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was on a penalty kick here, Frank.
Okay. All right, Ehrman is off. And by my count, which is going to be unofficial at this point, 7th power play of the game. Schneider just missed.
That was a good shot.
Genoway to the corner. McMahon, Schneider can't tee it up, and it hopped badly on him. That allowed Talixon to get a piece of it, but it's still in the zone. Now in the slot again, there's a blast by McMahon that was blocked. Genoway back across for Schneider. Here's Murray shooting, and a nice save by Briggs.
Boy, Briggs got across nicely.
Critical kill for the Golden Gophers, who despite the many more minutes and power play opportunities are still only up by 1 goal. All 3 goals in this game on the power play, and there's a minute left on it. Left side pass. This is Spirko to bring it in. Spirko's pass broken up by Judd Stevens. He was trying to find Mason, and it's shot out of the zone.
Chucko made a nice clearing pass, found the open lane.
Jones, and that's Fleming, who single-handedly takes it away, and it's back out at center ice. Stepping out of the box, Porter, and now reaching for the loose puck. That was Chucko, and now the Fighting Sioux grab it. In the crowd, stepping up Harrington to break it up. Disorganized. The Fighting Sioux are disorganized here. And icing with the power play.
I'd say they're missing their chief. They need somebody to take control.
Take control. I hear you.
Interesting. I think right now,
system-wise, are they doing anything different that you can see that there might be in a learning process? I can't imagine Hakstol changing things up that much.
No, they are not working to get back to get the puck to come up the rink together. They have such good transition when they're really playing at their peak, and they haven't had that all night, which indicates the forwards are not getting back. Defensemen have to make too long a pass. That's a generalization, but it's one of their problems. So the forwards got to contribute to help them out. Look at
Green. Yeah, looking for someone, and he just has to lug it all the way ahead. The defenseman takes it down across the goal line. Back to the point as the penalty to Minnesota's Ehrman is over. I think they only had 1 shot on that power play. And that one's right into Briggs, and he'll hold on. A lot going on here tonight. 2-1 in power plays.
One thing that happens, guys like Ben Gordon and Brent Morgan, 2 freshmen, don't see a whole lot of ice time. Chris Chucko got a few chances, and when you're killing penalties on the power play, those younger guys, Mike Howe, you hardly know they're in the game.
Perfect. Now McMahon, a turnaround that was blocked out front. And that's Gordon to get it out. Oh, and a hit after the whistle. Actually, it was more of a collision, wasn't it?
Oh, so maybe he's giving the bench, and the bench is giving the boys a little talk. How come it's always the lightest, hardest guys that do all the talking? The big guys, they don't talk, they do.
Ooh. Well, maybe it was a hit after the whistle.
Oh boy, I don't know. I can't hear the whistle.
That's okay. We can let a few of these go.
Yeah, it was a good hit. No elbow, no stick. Maybe it's just a little in the wrong period.
And now that was not interference. Oh my! Here we go. Up the rink, and they dump it in. Filling. Watched by Goligoski. Harrington gets it around. Boom, big hit on the near side by Perpick, who led him in penalty minutes last year. Gets forced ahead by Hagemo. Actually by Goligoski. But that was too high for him, and Harrington can't reach it, so the icing is waved off. There's Harrington. Catch at center ice by Hirsch. Pass intended for Talixon, and Hirsch pays the price. So despite the parade of penalties, the free whistles here, the body checks are still being thrown.
They were good ones. The last three are just bombs.
And a bouncing puck to center. Goligoski in the race there. And basically, they nearly gave it away to Lee Marvin. Brought back to the line by Mason. Briggs out, uses the glass, but can't get it all the way out of the zone. So that causes a problem. Mason puts it up the middle. And a break here from the line, and that shot hit a skate. That was Radke breaking in. Talixon took the hit from Mason. And for one of the few times tonight, Minnesota bottled up in its own end. Goligoski looking for a long pass. Couldn't connect.
He made the pass. Hirsch didn't catch it. He put it on his tape, and away it went.
Flipped into Minnesota territory. Briggs knocks it down. Nice pick up there by Peltier. Dishes it quickly to Vanelli, who tries and throws a long one ahead to Smogard. He battles to get it in before it's finally taken away by Jones. Genoway got a piece of it, and out at center ice now Porter. And Genoway throws one into Minnesota territory, and again Briggs leads it behind the net. Vanelli to Peltier. Smogard, and a nice layout pass there to Fleming to bring it ahead, but it'll be offside at the Fighting Sioux line. Fans, tomorrow don't miss the Timberwolves season preview as the Wolves try to build on the success from a year ago. Sammy, Spree, and the MVP, all of them are set for another year of great basketball on FSN North. The Timberwolves season preview comes your way tomorrow at 6.
One thing I've picked up here tonight is maybe the lack of overall darters. Sioux used to have a couple more quick guys, really quick hiccup guys, darting in and darting out. I haven't seen that tonight. It might be just the heavy leg night, but I think they missed that.
Sertic throws it to Geyer behind the net with Howe and Sertic. That's the line. Howe, Sertic, Geyer. Holding. Sertic brought Genoway down, and the arm went up immediately.
Well, when you continue to serve up good diets like power play, eventually it's taken. And they use it. You see here, a little reach in here. Good battle one-on-one there. That's a nice battle, but then he reaches in.
Yeah.
And is that a little bit of a dive? I mean, same circumstance. He went off his feet pretty easily.
The hold. I don't know. I got an number 8 on the power play tonight. This is the 8th. It's been a long time I've been right when we've had 15 power plays in a game. Is that icing?
Oh, yeah. They come out nicely. Had good tempo coming out. Genoway made a nice pass. I think he threw it over to Murray. Murray sent it across rink and was a little bit ahead of the other Sioux forward. Not a bad idea. Just air and skill there, not judgment. Because it was a snap pass right across, trying to catch somebody on the fly going in. Coaches don't mind that. It's you know, those are going to be human errors. You're not going to be 100%.
Erman and Zajac and the Fighting Sioux controlled on that face-off.
He almost put it in Parise's pads.
Here comes Murray. Drop pass, a blast by Genoway, the goal. It might have been chipped, but we're tied at 2. And another power play tally, 4 for 4 in terms of how many goals have been scored and how many have been on the power play.
Well, Genoway got the shot off. I'm not sure it didn't get tipped by somebody going in. Nice pass back. Murray was involved in this thing to begin with. There he makes a nice little drop pass. Certainly was involved, and it was a tip, I believe. Yeah, by Zajac.
Zajac. That would be his second.
Actually a nice play there. Nice play. But Murray made the play coming in the zone. And now you have a game 2-2-2 in the second. See if the Gophers can answer the pressure, because you know it's going to come from the Sioux.
Under 4 minutes, second period. And a delayed penalty on North Dakota. Talked to Greg Shepard before the game. I said, is there going to be any adjustments in the way penalties are called? He says, nope, we're calling them. They're going to have to get used to it. Yes, we will. So it'll be another power play. And I believe each team now will have had 8 power plays. And that is Jones who is off. Back at the line, Peltier, Vanelli. Talixon puts it across the goal mouth. Geyer to the line. This is Stevens. Picked up now by Gordon, who fires a block, and McMahon gets it out of there.
A lot of pressure put on by the Sioux forwards.
Geyer, nice catch and brings it in, lays it in the middle. Hirsch, a great pickup. He had to get to that puck in a hurry. Hirsch, little dangle there. And now finally dishes it off for Vanelli. Talixon in the corner. Green watching him. Green unloads it, tries the weak side, but Peltier is over to pick it up. Nice puck movement. Here's Vanelli. That one might have hit some metal down low.
Boy, nice little puck movement is right.
At the line, crisp pass to Vanelli. Now back for Hirsch. Down low, Talixon across the goal mouth again. Less than a minute on the power play. This is Peltier. Throws it for Geyer. Geyer to Talixon. Talixon the shot. That was broken up by Schneider, but Talixon gets the puck thanks to some help by Geyer. There's a broken Sioux stick down there. And Talixon back now for Vanelli. A deke, a shot. It hits Schneider. McMahon battling for the loose puck, and he gets it down the ring.
Sioux are doing a good job keeping the Gophers away from the goal.
Briggs throws it all the way to center for Ehrman just out in the midst of the change. And taken away by the Golden Gophers. Hirsch got it into the zone, now plays it into the corner. He's going to stay out. Ehrman after the puck, ran into a check. This is Tyler Hirsch again. Boy, has he been proactive in this game. Goligoski across for Harrington. This is Hirsch, who's been out an awfully long time. The penalty is over as Goligoski shoots. Big rebound by Parise, still in the zone as Hirsch fires away. Now Potulny looking for Ehrman, but it's picked off by Murray. Ahead with filling to the Minnesota line. 2 on 4, then 2 on 5, and Ehrman gets it out. Harrington, the defenseman, a partial break. Shooting, he was tripped up. There'll be a penalty.
I think you're looking at a penalty shot, Frank.
I agree with you, but our referee, Todd Anderson, shook his head no, I think, to that question, Doug.
Why, he was out ahead of the whole pack.
Yeah, he was. Look at this break he's got.
Yeah, caught in from behind.
Did he get the puck, and that's why they don't give him the penalty shot?
He never called it to begin with. Just decided wasn't going to call that.
Our Toro game reset here towards the end of the second period. Look at the penalty minutes, 42. All 4 goals have come in the power play. Potulny, Ehrman, Zajac has both the UND goals, so 3 goal scorers out of the 4 goals.
Yeah, there's no 5s in there, and there's no 10s in there, Frank. No 5 and dimes.
Oh, I see. No majors, no misconduct.
Yeah, which you accelerate your numbers, so you can do your own math. It's 2 minutes per penalty, folks. They haven't changed that rule.
9th power play of the game for the Gophers. Perpick shorthanded. And Vanelli will go back to get it. So power play numbers, the Gophers with 12 shots on goal. They have 26. It shows you how much time we've played shorthanded or on special teams.
Well,
half their production has come in terms of shots on goal has been on the power play.
And more than half of the games we've played in the power plays. I think
48 minutes.
Yeah, I think we discontinue the 5-on-5 and get right into the main action. Let's get rid of the preliminary.
Sertic dumps it in. Parise whips it high off the glass, and it's out of the zone.
One thing you're seeing here is the Sioux, with their big defense, are showing a little more strength as time rolls on. It's not a good omen for the Gophers. They have kind of lost a little half a step here and there. Not quite as sparky. There's an icing.
Good catch. Good call, Coach.
Up in here. 31 21 years, I wasn't sleeping in all of them. But it puts a little more pressure on your young defensemen when they have to play a lot. I was impressed with the move, like you call on Derek Peltier at the blue line. He's a nice puck move, and he slid across there. Maybe you'll see him a little more as the coaches get some confidence. It'd be a nice play.
From the scrum, it comes loose to the corner. Couple of seconds left. Goligoski wants to get it out of the zone. It was tipped out in center by Morgan, and the Horn brings the period to an end. 48 seconds on that penalty to Schneider will carry over to the third. We'll start the third basically where we started this game, all knotted up. It's Minnesota 2, North Dakota 2 here after 40 minutes of play. Anthony LaPanta will be coming by at ice level to begin and take us through this second intermission of the WCHA opener for the Golden Gophers on FSN North.
Welcome back inside Ralph Engelstad Arena. We're all even after 2. Colby Janaway, a pair of assists tonight for the Sioux, and you guys bounced back from a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, we just got to stay out of the box right now. Our power play is clicking pretty good. We're getting pucks to the net, and we're moving the puck 5-on-5. I think we can take it to them. We just got a matter of staying out of the box right now for us.
Been a typical physical battle between the Sioux and the Gophers, and your team was not able to stay out of the box in the first period. New commitment by the officials to call it this way. Are you a fan of it? Do you like it? Do you like the close to the vest style?
I'm for them getting rid of the obstruction and whatnot in the mid-ice zone, but I think they should let a little bit more go along the boards and whatnot. But I think he's calling it all right. He's called it pretty fair all the way, and everything he's called has been penalties, so I can't say anything about that.
Thanks, Colby. Good luck.
Thank you.
Colby Janaway, he and the Sioux rallied from down 2 goals to tie it at 2. All the scoring on the power play tonight. Our second intermission will continue in a moment.
For a used car?
Watching FSN North.
A couple of guys looking for some FaceTime, and they're about ready to rip each other's shirts off. I think one's a North Dakota fan, one's a Minnesota fan. And we're back in a very busy hockey game. We're in the midst of our 17th power play. The discussion now isn't whether there should be so many penalties called, but what does it cause, Doug? What effect does it have on the ice?
Well, you go on a power play, you kind of draw back in terms of your speed. You make decisions that are right decisions. You move the puck, but you become much more stationary. And that's not what we're expecting when we watch the Sioux and the Gophers play. Both teams the same way. You kind of draw back. Now, if you're killing penalties, you draw back too. So both teams are drawing back, and then we go 5-on-5. They've gone into regressive mode.
Plus, the third and fourth liners are seeing less and less ice.
Oh, yeah, that's a given. Some guys, I've asked you if you've seen them. You saw them once, I saw them none. So that's the problem. You don't get a chance to use your whole roster.
4 goals in this game. They've all been power play goals. 3 of them have been scored in the second period, and Minnesota got on the board first with some marvelous passing again.
Harrington over to Hirsch, over to Danny Ehrman right in the corner. Beautiful passing. It's beautiful. And Zajac answers the call for the Sioux and passes it back to Genoway. Here he comes, he follows his pass, and you can see why he's, high-end prospect as he rips it up the top. Here's Murray coming in, drops it to Genoway, who's become a point man as a forward. And again, it's Zajac coming by. So, big play.
Our Chrysler stats after 2 periods with the score even. The shots on goal are 26-20. The Fighting Sioux only had 8 shots on goal in that period. Scoring chances in favor of the Golden Gophers, who, as you see, are on their 9th power play. That's what that plus means as we go to the third period. Total penalty minutes 44. We've only played 40 minutes, but obviously we've got a couple of coincidentals in there and stacked up penalties.
Yeah, I look for this to be an important period, expressed by that in the rooms downstairs in the locker room. This is an important 2 points. I think both coaches are going to say, hey, don't get the dumb penalties, keep working, let's pick up our tempo. It'll be an interesting third period.
And that's going to be a very tough instruction because the penalties are called so tightly now. It's kind of hard to figure out what's a dumb penalty or not. A big third period coming up. We're in Grand Forks with Anthony LaPanta and Doug Woog. I'm Frank Mazzacco. Thanks very much for joining us. Opposite colors there. Those 2 guys seem to be getting along compared to the first 2 we saw during this intermission. Always intense, mostly always entertaining when you come here to Grand Forks, whether it's in this barn, the old barn, or the really old barn.
A lot of young people, Frank, as we go through the audience and pan the audience. When I say young, I'm talking about 20-year-olds and 25-year-olds, not graybeards. There's a lot of youth and a lot of interest here. The school loves it. They got a night football program. I was over to the Alaris Center today with during the luncheon. They got some nice facilities here in North Dakota, and this is one of the finest that you'll see any place in the world.
40 more seconds on the Andy Schneider penalty as the Golden Gophers hope to grab a lead here. In a scramble, it comes to Ehrman. Up the middle for Ryan Patoli. His shot just went wide of the net. Gophers staying on the puck pretty good. Here's Harrington. This is Hirsch. Stick check there by Jones, and it's down the ring.
Nice play by Jones. He forced the Gopher player Hirsch out to the zone, then he poke checked the puck away. Nice defensive play.
Briggs whips it around for Ehrman, who dropped it back for Harrington. Out for Goligoski, who from center ice dumps it in. Fuhr after it with Hirsch. Hirsch is playing one of the best games I've seen him play.
Very good comment by you, Mr. Frank. Very effective player today. Nice passing and in the action.
Here's Hirsch in the corner. He took a beating there, but got it back for Ehrman. Now Fuhr throws it around. Schneider out of the box. 5 skaters aside. We're early in the third. Ehrman trying to throw that check into Zajac, but missed.
Zajac showed some strength in his skates there.
Matt Smaby behind his net, looking and waiting. Talk about tall. 6'5" and 220. Throws it away. Sertic got it in. Here's Howe on the backhand, and Parise makes the stop.
I tell you, that would bring Freddie Sherrill out of his grave. Cross ice pass at your own end, diagonal. That's an absolute top of the list Cardinal sin. I don't know if we. There's Howe. You haven't seen much of him. Watch this. Oh my goodness! When you throw him across the middle, you're going to pay. Fortunately for the Gophers, Gopher forward ended up on his backhand.
Geyer wins this face-off. Hagemo wrist shot. Stick saved by Parise. Hits the new netting here. This was installed last year when the Wild played an exhibition game at the Ralph. Why do I have to be quiet?
We just don't want to talk about netting.
Oh. I understand that. You don't want it at Mariucci.
How did you figure that out?
I'm a wizard. Geyer and a close in try by Sertic. Schneider behind the net. Porter trying to work his way up. They're laboring to get it up ice. Picked up by, not quite picked up by Howe. Schneider picks it up. Too far for Genoway. Howe puts it right on the stick of Porter. Now Porter at the side of the net puts it right in front. Briggs sprawling. Made at least one unconscious save there, and now it leaves the rink.
One he got away with, Frank. He didn't know where the puck was, but he ended up with the save. Flat pass in your own zone is kind of almost bad. Watch here as the transition comes in.
That one
right
that
there.
was the unconscious save.
That's right. And you saw Ratsilov, Spirko right in there, number 11. He's in there battling.
Stafford plays it back for Jones. The screen shot misses everything. Chucko backhands it down the rink. Should be icing. Well, Parise will play it. Perhaps I missed something. Murray. And a long pass, too far for everybody. Not even Zajac can catch up with that. Icing. Mr. Kellen Briggs has been one of Minnesota's stars tonight, Doug.
First period there, he stopped Murray coming in the breakaway. Another good play. Nice poke check on Murray there. There's Stafford coming in. Derek Peltier made a nice play. Yes, he has been very sound. Very sound.
He's cool. He's relaxed.
Much better.
That was the only time we saw him in a kind of a desperation mode here in the last sequence when he was sort of spinning around there. Oh, there's a hit away from the puck.
Yeah, it's all right.
For all the clutch and grab that they want to call, they've let a couple of interferences go here. Matt Green's pass picked off. In the slot, Smagard misses. Well, there was a early Christmas present all wrapped up.
That was a cross-ice anti-Sherrill pass again.
Zajac to shoot it in. And Harrington to bring it up the rink.
Freddie Sherrill, for those of you who don't know, coached the Flyers during those heydays. Unbelievable. He didn't have a lot of instructions offensively. Mostly hit the other guy hard.
But what a job there by Borgen to make the interception. Then he got tripped up, but play continues, and a sprawling, nice sweep, reaching check by Harrington.
Good recovery there because he got waltzed.
Yeah. And with the puck, he goes high to get it out of the zone. Thought it was tipped. It'll roll in on Parise, and the icing waved off, and the face-off.
Another cross-ice pass, Frank. Excuse me here. Gofer's got a great opportunity. All right, we're going to take a look at this little biscuit here. It's got a nice emblem, doesn't it? Yes. Now what? Oh, my God. It wasn't cross-ice, but it was a giveaway in the offensive zone. His defensive zone. That shot just went wide. Parise was in good position, though.
Draw one cleanly by Patoli. The puck over to the far boards now in Fuhr, and he gets out of the zone. And Hagemo throws it right back into traffic, and it bounces to Perpick, but in that traffic, it was offside.
Filling made a play that could be a difference maker there. Number 9 on the Sioux forward. He came out and blocked that shot. At this time, they had all 3 forwards out deep, so they had very little protection underneath. That gets through. It could have been a problem for the Sioux. So Filling gives up his body to make a big play.
I think we still have time to answer our trivia question from Treasure Island. The freshman who had the most points in the WCHA, Brady Murray, with 46.
Played with some pretty good players, too.
His points per game at 1.24 led the nation.
He's a good player, no question about it.
In close, Stevens. 2 bodies in front of the net. It hit one of the 2. Picked off by Gordon. His pass gets deflected, and a hard shot by Irvin. The rebound is loose, and it bounces wide of the net. Stepping up, Peltier creates a scoring chance. This shot turned away by Parise. Now grabbed by Gordon, who centers it. That's off a skate. Howe just off the bench. Wrist shot right on. And Parise covers, and Minnesota continues the pressure. Early in the third period, tied at 2.
We just commenting on nicely Briggs is playing. Parise on the other end has played equally as well. He's been really cool. He's handled pucks. It looks like he's not fighting the puck at all. It's coming right to him, and he's making the saves, feeling confident his defenseman will pick up the puck, which they have done.
Gofer is out shooting the Sioux 3-1 in this period, 29-21 for the game. And from behind the net, here's Peltier. To Howe. Ooh, spun around like a dreidel out there.
He got his helmet readjusted. Go for a size bigger right there, or smaller, one or the other.
Harrington goes across rink. Stepping up on the far side was Spirko, and then he was checked nicely. And Harrington back to get it. Tied at 2 early in the third. Dug off the rail by Porter. Back at the line, a one-timer. First lead of the game, and our first even strength goal.
A little trouble getting the puck out of their own end. The Gophers did, and it came out to the point. Surdich and Howe, they're a little bump off the puck here. That's how important this got. Porter beat Surdich to the puck, and that's how it all started. Got to tell it how it is, right against the rail. Didn't block the shot. Porter, big play there. Maybe gets the goal, but Porter is the one that started the whole sequence. He went one-on-one and beat Surdich and got the puck back out to the point. Next 5 minutes crucial for the Gophers.
Maybe the freshman, the sophomore from Minneapolis gets his first goal of the season, second career goal. I got a feeling he got his first career goal against the Gophers too.
Well, I think last year Matt Jones had.
Let's double check that. We'll go to Anthony LaPanta.
All right, thanks very much, guys. No surprise to see the Sioux come out strong in the third period. Last year, they were the best defensive team in the WCHA during the third period. They allowed just 27 goals in 40 games of the year, only 17 in conference play. That was 8 fewer than anybody else, and a big reason for that, the play of their goaltender, including Jordan Parise, who last year was the second lowest goals against average in school history. This year, no surprise to see him in a tight one. This is his third appearance. Each of the first 2 went into overtime. Guys?
Thanks, Anthony. That goal by Smavey might have been deflected somewhere in front of
it
that.
was.
Hit maybe a Minnesota player, Doug?
I thought it was also a Minnesota player that deflected that puck. But all along the rail, Frank, you got to win the one-on-one battles along the rail. Eventually, if you don't, body position, got himself screened for the puck. For some reason, I think Matt Green got his only goal against the Gophers last year. Frank is what I think. He put a powder puck from there.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to give that goal to Spirko.
Okay.
Which would account for the deflection.
Yep. I thought it was a Minnesota player. It was Spirko.
Parise leaves it behind the net. Green getting it ahead. Kite playing it to the Minnesota line. This is Marvin trying to bring it in. Schneider back to get it. Fleming with some pressure. Knocked out of the air by James Mason. And Vanelli for Minnesota over to Ehrman, who turns to get it ahead. Brought in by Borgen. Brett Borgen knocked down in the corner. And out of the little scrap, it's shoveled out of the zone by Rylan Kite. Taken away by Perpick, but he could not control. And then it's dumped in by Perpick. Peltier turned aside by Filling.
Oh, I thought he has made some terrific little plays tonight, unnoticed but very, very steady.
Derek Peltier.
Yes, I'm sorry, you're exactly right.
There's Peltier shooting. Here's Patolny walking in. A goal! No! Hit the pipe! Rebound! No yet! And back to the blue line. Oh, I thought that was just inside the post. The original shot I did. But I guess I was a little premature. Here's Filling. Throwing it across. That takes a Minnesota bounce right to Vanelli. He's got Patolny breaking, but Filling intercepts it. Perfect to bring it in. Shooting, and Briggs will hold on to get some control of this one.
Now it's a hockey game, Frank. The Gophers hit their third pipe tonight. Patolny hit one.
Smogard hit one.
Smogard hit one, and Vanelli hit one. Watch this, folks. I don't think it went in.
You're right.
Now we had a second. Oh, he thought so.
What about the second one?
This one here gets right to the edge. Right to the edge. Didn't go.
You're right.
It's like playing, what do they call it, shuffleboard. You slide them right to the line, but they got to stay inside. Got to get, the whole puck has to get beyond.
Two very good non-goal calls by referee Todd Anderson. Porter trapped there by Hagemo. In the scrap, Geyer got it to Surdich, who now brings it up. Takes a couple of looks. Nice pass to Geyer, but he was in a crowd. Surdich couldn't control it. Was swept away from him. Brought back in by Spirko. Watched by Hagemo. And Spirko gives it away. Hagemo to Geyer. Now to Surdich. Trying to spread them apart. Green watches him. Oh, how did that go offside? But it did.
Number 7.
Coming up on the halfway point of the period. Corona, what's on tap? Well, we'll take a look at the next 5 games for the Golden Gophers as they'll be at North Dakota tomorrow night. Then a home series, their home opener against Minnesota State and the Wisconsin Badgers. 4 straight home games as we're into WCHA play now. Minnesota having played 1 exhibition at home against Calgary, then the supposed neutral site game, the Hall of Fame game, and a victory over North Dakota. They were up at Alaska Anchorage last week and split 2 games up there with a win over Massachusetts and then a loss to the home team, the Seawolves. This should be a Fighting Sioux penalty.
Yeah, it's a hook. Definitely a hook here called by the referee.
Stop the presses. This is the first one called in the period.
Quinn Filling's going to go.
How important for Minnesota to score here? I know if they score it would be big, but if they don't score, it would be big.
I don't think it's the end of the end of the rope if they don't. But yeah, this is going to be their chance to get opportunity to get inside the offensive zone for some stretch of time if they can make plays.
Filling on that hooking penalty at 9:13, and the Gophers to their 10th power play. Patolny whips it around. Hagemo fires, and that one hits a stick. Leaves the rink. I think it hit a Fighting Sioux stick.
One thing you notice as you get up in the upper levels, when those shots from the point are taken, the bodies are bigger, the shin pads are bigger. it looks like it's an easy force to get it through to, but there's so many trees in there, and the stumps are big, you know, and it's difficult. I think Goligarski's idea to shoot the puck was fine, but it's very difficult to get it through.
From up here, we see a lot of white space. Down there, there's none.
It's like putting your fingers out in front of your way out in front of your body and bring them in close. You get a picture of what you're looking at.
Hirsch with the catch at the line, and he brings it in. Trying to get around Smaby. Erman behind the net. Back to Hirsch in the corner on Minnesota 10th power play. This is Harrington. Hagemo to Hirsch. Looking for Erman. Instead, he fires it across the goal mouth. Harrington now. And it's kicked or shot out of the zone. That was Brady Murray. Briggs leaves it nicely for Hagemo. Vanelli got one Fighting Sioux player to turn. Talixon. And Gordon takes a bump. The puck comes loose. And McMahon gets it down the rink. Bounces crazily towards Briggs. This is Peltier trying to get away from Perpick. Half minute on the power play. Offside at the line.
Probably not so bad for the Gophers in the second unit. We'll see if Don Chia tries to get his first unit back in there. They're trying something new in here. People are standing up as they go. Notice that? I think they call it the
wave.
Oh, the wave. Yeah. You ever seen that before?
Oh, yeah. I don't know that I've seen it here in a one-goal game, however.
Oh,
usually I think people get bored and then they start.
Yeah, that's right. They shouldn't be bored.
This is only a one-goal game here. Harrington puts it in front and rattled right out of there by Schneider and grabbed right out of center ice by Zajac. He has 2 of the 3 North Dakota goals.
Now, they were commenting that he's a little bit like Bochenski, but I think as a freshman, his skating is better than Bochenski's was.
Erman. Oh, a move, but he couldn't get around Schneider. Looked like he wanted to dangle that one through. Harrington throws it in front. Hirsch right in front. Over the goalpost. They continue to work it around. Harrington. Penalty to Filling is over. A scramble in front. Harrington lines it up through the trees. It won't go. Ryan Patolny behind the net trying to get it to Hirsch. Couldn't catch it. Filling trying to get it out. He is checked nicely by Erman. And as it's still alive, the offside whistle goes.
Gophers
late called.
Frankie, the Gophers are pipe bitten.
Yep.
Not snake bitten, pipe bitten. That's their 4th chance that's gone against Iron. Here it is here, nice play. Hirsch again makes a nice play. Bang, one side to the other. I'll tell you, I feel sorry for those guys because they certainly have had their opportunities.
Fleming wins this face-off. He's up now with Smagard and Borgen. Borgen with the check in the corner. The takeaway now by Smagard. Here's Borgen trying to get loose. Dumps it nicely for Fleming. And we'll grind it out for a while. Remember, along the boards now, you're not supposed to hold anybody. We'll see how this develops. Maybe trying to get it out. Got it ahead. Might be 2-on-1. Is this Genoway bringing it in? Scores! There have been almost no odd man rushes in this game, and this 2-on-1 is a goal.
Well, Genoway certainly has showed up tonight. He's been a factor in 3 goals. This one's huge. Nice skating stride. The senior drops back at the point of the power play. Who's up there killing penalties right now. Hits the upper corner. Gophers' futility continues. 4 pipes. Complete dominance in this 3rd period. End up 2 goals against them.
First goal of the season for the senior from Morden, Manitoba, his 13th career goal. Off Harrington's stick at center ice, then he was whacked by Schneider. Here's Perpick after it. Got away from Peltier, he centers it. Porter went after it but couldn't catch up to it.
This is where the game can get away from you too, Frank, if you don't shut it down right now.
Briggs gets a piece of it. Mason puts it in front. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here, is put this one away. A 2-goal lead with only 7 minutes to play is substantial in itself. Green back in his own end. Harrington over to get it. Yeah, no whistle. Not streaking in there. That's Stafford. Harrington played it ahead. Srdich can't get it out. Now they're dominating. Zajac. 2 players in the corner. One of them Harrington. Pass back to the line. Here's Fuhr shooting. That was blocked in front by Howe.
Beautiful block.
Srdich trying to get it out. Kept in at the line, however, by Murray.
It's a psychological shift, physical shift, and a time runner-outer shift.
Fuhr couldn't control it. It's wrapped down the rink by the Golden Gophers, and the icing will be waved off. Green back to get it. Here they come again. Watched by Potolny. He throws it high. It was knocked down by Stevens. Kicked ahead by Hagemo, who darts up the rink. Long shot on Parise. He gloves and he holds on. 6 minutes left to go in regulation play, and the Fighting Sioux have opened up a 2-goal lead.
A hardcore Gopher men's hockey fan who lives for the maroon and gold? Then you might have what it takes to be the RSVPizza.com Gopher Hockey Fan of the Month.
Here's our Grand Casino game summary with the Fighting Sioux scoring the only 2 goals, and the last 3 goals of this game, the only 2 in this period. Stevens played in. Colby Genoway has a 4-point night.
He had 3 assists down to Mankato.
And they've done some changing to the scoring, which has got everything caught up here. He has assists on their first 3 and then scored his 4th. I'd say he's in line for player of the game.
Yeah, like for sure. like even I could figure that out. Okay, the Sioux are going to go 2-minute minor. Hook Green. It has settled down as far as penalties are concerned.
Well, I've seen some slashes. I've seen some holding. I don't think he's calling as much as he did in the first 2. Potolny's shot turned away by Parise. And was it played with a high stick? Yeah, it was. A little pop there. Herman with a little pop.
The Gophers have not got run out of this building tonight. I think that's a plus. In other words, they didn't put their head between their legs and go out in a cowardly fashion. They have not been rewarded around the goal. I mean, they've 4 shots hit the pipe. Now that's
substantial.
That's an awful lot. That may not happen all year. And even against a lesser opponent where you have more offensive zone pressure. They've had a chance. And Parise's come up with some big saves as he did earlier in the shift.
We have another penalty. Is this Perpick who's going to go? Slashing. Perpick will be gone. You see the time there, 1:37 on the power play. That's a possible 2-man advantage for a minute 37.
Now Gophers have got to get away from the way they're running the power play. The Sioux are coming out with 2 guys. If the puck's at the point, they're sending one at the one point and one at the other one in a controlled H, and the third guy sits back like in a V, in the base of the V. And they're got to move the puck to the middle, get 2 guys down on the outside of the crease of the pipe, so they outman them down below.
Harrington fans on that pass. He'll have to recover. He throws it over to Hagemo. Actually, Goligoski, I beg your pardon. There's Goligoski again with Ehrman at the line, and Potolny breaking out for the corner.
It was not a good choice there.
Yeah. Harrington goes back for it, and watching him is McMahon. Ehrman brings it in. This is Hirsch. Potolny. Harrington. Potolny. Harrington. They can't get that one-timer off. Goligoski to Hirsch in the slot. Potolny.
See, when Goligoski threw the puck in earlier, it's okay when you're 5-on-4, 4-on-3, but when you're 5-on-3, you got to carry the puck in.
Potolny in the corner, back for Hirsch. Talixon comes out to join the power play now. He'll play the part of the tree in front. It gets away from Patulny, and where the Gophers' stick handling was nearly perfect in the first 2 periods, they're having some trouble here. This is the 5th two-man advantage of the game. Now Vanelli took a whack. Hagemo down low to Talixon. Fires at Parise, was ready for it, he made the stop. First penalty is over. Hagemo to Talixon, wrist shot, that one takes off. Talixon centers it. Vanelli recovering, trying to, takes it away. His pass finally picked off. Green just out of the box, forcing it into the Minnesota zone, and he's cut off at the pass by Hagemo. A good defensive play. Fans want a penalty, but that's just a check, folks.
That was a marvelous play by Nate Hagemo. He shows his great speed. As Green had a half a step on him coming out of the box. Terrific defensive play. But the Gophers need goals as well. Watch this, he gets body positions, and Hagemo gets his body in there first, and then swats the puck. Absolutely nothing wrong with that one.
That's perfectly played.
Gophers couldn't quite get it done on the offensive side. It's 5-on-5 now. Gophers have outshot the Sioux 24-38. Give you an idea of the option. Plus 4 pipes, which is, oh, you know,
yeah, those don't count. Right, so we're 42-24 in the shots.
They don't count for. But I'll tell you, Parise made some great saves against Talixon at the end there. That last power play, he came out and challenged him, took the angle right away. He's played smartly. He's gotten a couple breaks, but, you know, goaltender, if he has a good night, needs a couple breaks along with outstanding play.
None of the goalies here have been drafted by any teams, but we told you at the beginning of the game, 20 combined draft picks, NHL draft picks on these rosters. We've seen a large number of good players, and I'm not even sure if all of them are draft picks, who have turned in outstanding games. You're going to go up and down the roster tonight on both sides. The coaches will, and the fans will after this game, to pick some of the key players. There'll be a bunch. There's a big save by Briggs. He's among that bunch, making the save on James Mason. Icing. 2.5 minutes to go in regulation play. Gophers need 2 to tie.
Donnie's going to decide where he's going to pull his goaltender right now, because I think the best time to pull is like a 2.5 left to get the puck in the other end, get him by surprise. You get down the 1 minute mark, everybody's looking, you lose the element of surprise. We'll see if he does.
That shot you saw coming out of our commercial break of the goalpost, I think somebody on the crew is trying to nominate the pipe for player of the game.
He certainly deserves consideration.
Dumped in from center ice by Chucko. Urban tracking it down. It was swept away from him. Stevens roughed up by Perpick. Chucko looking for that centering pass by Urban, and now a goal has come loose. There have been plenty of hits. We'll go back to the first period, I think. Boom! Our subway hit of the game. Green on Smargard.
Yeah, that's a rocker right there, baby.
Roughing penalty on Urban called well after the whistle.
Wow.
That might do it.
Well, it's certainly the interesting thing in this, Frank, I think, on the board here, you got Urban coming after him. Ooh, a high stick. That looked like a double there. Get a cross check. I can see that. Stick got up a little high. But I was going to comment that with all the penalties, with all the power plays, there's nary been maybe one, and that might have been the one, a short-handed rush. You know, there's been no thrills. Usually with that many penalties, you're going to get a breakaway in the other end. There hasn't even been an idea that somebody's going to break away and get a short-handed goal.
Smargard trying to reach for it with a glove, got a piece of it. Now a collision on that center ice. That gets Borgen up the rink. And Goligoski in a pitched battle there as he locks up and tangles up with Spirko. I'm not sure who this was intended for, but it's all the way down the rink. He's clearing. We're short.
There's the guy that cleans the banners.
I see.
He was closer to it. That was just a icing, get the puck out of there. That was all it was.
Harrington gets it out of there once more. And you'll hear a 1-minute announcement shortly and a roar. Filling. McMahon has to go back for it. Peltier in the corner with Genoway, and it gets away from Fuhr, and it's all the way back down the rink. Herman will be out in about 40 seconds or so. Peltier with an interception. Smogard has to drop it back to Vanelli to avoid the offside. Throwing it ahead to Fleming. Now into a crowd of players, including McMahon, who's been around the puck all night long. Perfect pass hits the outside of the net. This is Vanelli. And with about a half-minute left, Parise makes the long save on that shot from center ice.
Well, 40 shots by the Gophers, 40 saves by Parise, plus 4 pipes, 24 going the other way. Briggs has not been bad. He's been pretty good. Parise's been very good.
Having allowed North Dakota only 24 shots on goal, Doug, do you like the defensive play of Minnesota?
Well, I'm going to comment about that at the end here, but let's throw it in. I think the difference between Minnesota played okay defensively, played much better offensively with their defensive than Sioux did. Sioux got a lot of penalties. I think the Gophers fared well at the blue line, especially on the road. I think they did a nice job. I liked the young guys, Goligarski, I thought when Peltier played.
Big pop there by Green, a nice hit.
Yeah, that's a bad zone to get over there.
That's it. That's the horn, and the Fighting Sioux win the opener of this 2-game weekend series. And they remain undefeated at 4-0-1 now and 2-0-1 in the WCHA here early in the going.
Well, Parise was good. He had to be in his hometown.
Yeah. Our Dodge player of the game, who with 1 goal and 3 assists figured in on all 4 Fighting Sioux goals, Colby Genoway.
Picked up 3 assists last week too, and Mankato, he's hot.
We'll put a wrap on this penalty-filled game, but very interesting, very intense. Another great game in this long rivalry here on FSN North.
Watching FSN North.
North Dakota wins this one 4-2. A couple more numbers and then a final thought from Doug Woog. Minnesota was 2 for 12 on the power play. North Dakota was 2 for 9. 21 power plays in this game. Minnesota with the edge and shots handily 40-24. Doug?
If you watch the game, you'd think Minnesota won. I mean, they had the better of the chances. They came into a hostile building, didn't get to have to cower in. They certainly had their backbones up there straight. One of those weird games where you play well enough to win. I think the coaches are going to be pretty satisfied, except you don't, and you can't answer it sometimes. You hit the goal post, whatever it may be. Football, you hit the uprights, and you walk away with a loss. But the Gophers showed some signs. In fact, I was surprised that the Sioux didn't dominate much more in the offensive zone. They were held at bay.
Gopher freshmen held up well.
Yeah, they did. The defenseman we talked earlier, I think the whole thing was pretty positive, except for the fact the Gophers got beat.
That's all from the Ralph Engelstad Arena, where our final score, North Dakota 4, the University of Minnesota 2. Golden Gopher hockey returns to FSN North tomorrow for Game 2 of this series with the Fighting Sioux. Our coverage begins at 7 o'clock. For Doug Woog and Anthony LaPanta, I'm Frank Mazzago. Thanks to our producer, John Stroh, and director, Dave Higgins. For all of us from FSN North, thanks for watching. Coming up next, don't miss the Sports List.